Time now for the morning rush. One of New Mexico's last full-time facilities for children with behavioral and developmental disorders is officially closing today. A CYFD investigation shows years of abuse allegations between staff and kids, forcing state officials to finally step in and close the Bernalillo Academy. Now, last month, parents were told that the academy was closing because of the pandemic and lack of resources. More COVID testing could soon be coming to and be accessible in rural areas across New Mexico. The state expects to have more than 100,000 rapid test kits, which will then be distributed to county emergency managers. Officials say that they will help limit the spread of COVID in the state. Bernalillo County is also planning mobile vaccination clinics at community centers in January. President Biden is providing new insight into his administration's response to the recent rise in COVID-19 cases. The president says that the vaccinations and booster shots will be critical to get the new variant under control. Now, with the rise of the Omicron infections, parts of the country are seeing long lines of people waiting to get tested. Health officials say that COVID-19 poses severe physical health problems, but psychologists say that the ongoing pandemic is causing a slew of mental health issues across the country. Well, that includes increased social isolation, joblessness, and stress caused by the pandemic, contributing to a swift decline in people's mental health. A suspected drunk driver still has not been charged in a crash that killed a New Mexico couple. Witnesses say that 35-year-old Omar Martinez was flying down Lomas and had been for more than a mile. It's when he ran a red light and T-boned Bob and Bonnie Hartwig's SUV, killing them both. APD told News 13 that alcohol may have also played a factor in the crash, and they are awaiting toxicology results, which are taking longer to get back. Eric.
Well, another warm and windy day, especially off to the east, and the closer we get to Christmas Eve, the milder and also windier we're going to become before that next storm.
West Virginia Democratic Senator Joe Manchin's refusal to support President Biden's aggressive tax and spending plan is now feeding tremendous criticism and bitterness among his party colleagues on Capitol Hill. The president says that he may be willing to work with Senator Manchin, but House progressives say that they feel betrayed. Well, it's a nationwide issue that is plaguing one New Mexico county, and that's a decline in people joining volunteer fire departments. The Taos County Volunteer Fire Department says that it's in desperate need of more volunteers. Now, the department has 170 volunteers to cover 13 fire districts all throughout the county, but they say that often only 2 to 3 people show up for a call. While the Albuquerque Biopark is now warning people of scammers selling fake River Lights tickets. Now, currently, tickets are sold out for the River Lights until after Christmas, but scammers are commenting on the biopark's posts saying that they have them for sale. The biopark is asking guests not to buy tickets from a third party. Eric.
Another mild day here in the metro area, only a 1 out of 10, as we'll see some breezes by the afternoon, but that will be mainly confined to the east, but mostly sunny skies and rather warm in the afternoon.
After several days of mounting pressure, Colorado's governor says that his office is now reviewing the 110-year sentence that was given to a truck driver. A jury convicted Rogel Aguilera Mederos of 4 counts of vehicular homicide and a number of other charges for a 2019 crash that killed 4 people. But now the DA is asking the court to reconsider the sentence alongside victims and their families. Back here in New Mexico, if everything goes according to the governor's plan, Valencia County could get a new hospital. Now, outside the old Belen Hospital, the governor signed off on spending $480 million in federal COVID relief money yesterday. The bill provides $50 million to build a new hospital in a community with fewer than 100,000 people. Well, that bill also funds $133 million for broadband investments, $142 million for road projects, and $20 million for state parks. Meanwhile, $15 million will go to expand the state's nursing training program. That's in part to battle the nursing shortage here in the state. Eric.
All right, well, we have no accidents to report at the moment. Traffic a little bit heavier, though, so drive safely this morning.
One Virginia woman has quite an impressive collection of nutcrackers in her home. Layla Henry says that she has more than 500 of them on display. Henry says that her passion for nutcrackers started 26 years ago when someone gave her 2 of them as a gift after her daughter's birth. Again, that collection has now grown to 500.
A throwback not too long ago here, just 14 years on this date, we saw a snowstorm for eastern New Mexico, only bringing several inches of snow, but there were drifts in those northeast mountains up to 5 feet, bringing some whiteout conditions, reducing visibilities. So, time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, a new art piece in Nob Hill is getting some finishing touches this morning. That's as the owner of Duran's Window Painting has painted plenty of temporary and seasonal displays on local businesses. but this is the only permanent window mural that she knows of on an Albuquerque storefront. Well, the owners of what used to be Scott's Dog Grooming hired Duran for the project, and they gave her the design. Duran says that the painting is already turning heads. She started that on Monday and says that her dad is now helping her with that project. At number 4 this morning, the Albuquerque Biopark is warning people of scammers selling fake River of Lights tickets. Now, currently, tickets are sold out for the River of Lights until after Christmas, but scammers are commenting on those posts, saying that they have tickets for sale. The New Mexico Biopark Society says that they cannot confirm the validity of the tickets. They also ask the guests not purchase those tickets from a third party. They say that you should only be buying tickets from their website, meaning the biopark, when they are available.
And at number 3, it might be warm and breezy now, all ahead of this next big winter storm, as well as for us, all kinds of weather moving on in. 9 states currently under winter weather advisories or warnings. With this one, we're going to see a lot more wind as we go through our Christmas holiday.
At number 2, more charges could soon be coming for a suspected rapist who is finally behind bars. That's in a 25-year-old cold case. Well, that arrest is thanks to genealogy research. Last year, the DA's office matched the attacker's DNA to a relative of Edward Duran. The cold case dates back to 1997. That's when a man broke into a woman's apartment and raped her. Duran has a lengthy criminal history, including sexual assault convictions from 1979 and 1991. Investigators collected Duran's DNA from a fork that he used at an Albuquerque restaurant, and they say that it matched the rape kit from 1997. And finally, at number 1, one of New Mexico's last full-time facilities for children with behavioral and developmental disorders is officially closing today. Now, after a CYFD investigation, documents show that years of abuse allegations that's between staff and kids, forcing state officials to finally step in and close the Bernalillo Academy. Well, last month, parents were told that the academy was closing because of the pandemic and a lack of resources. Meanwhile, investigators also said that the academy did not perform adequate background checks. As of this morning, every child who was involved with CYFD has been moved elsewhere. We will have more information on that story at alwaysonkRQE.com.